Many shades of pink and black health. Many shades of pink and black health, where good health equals long life. Welcome to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health radio program on KBOKradio.com. Sponsored by Many Shades of Pink. I'm your host, Wendy Sherrill, breast cancer survivor and advocate.
And I'm your co-host, Dr. Susanna Flalo. And today we have our special guest, Ms. Tamara Hill, filmmaker and CEO of Tamara Hill Productions. So welcome. And our topic today is 10-year anniversary of Tamara Hill Productions, her journey until now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Wow, congratulations on 10 years. I mean, gosh,
Man,
that's like a milestone.
It is. It really is. I just thought about it just the other day. We have the play coming up on April the 7th, and it's almost a year to the day that I did my first play here in San Diego at the Lyceum Theater. Colorblind was the name of the play that we did.
Well, fabulous. Why don't you do this? Why don't you take us a step back and tell us a little bit about yourself for the audience who may not know you, although you're very popular out here. So tell us about yourself and your family.
Yes.
Well, I am originally from Columbus, Ohio.
What? Are you Ohioan?
Yes, I am.
That's why we get along.
Okay, you're from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Ohio girl in the house. Ohio State Buckeyes.
All right.
Woo.
All right. My sister girl.
Yeah. So I've been out in San Diego for quite a while now. I moved out here with my mother, and my mother moved back, and I loved it so much in the church that I was at the time that I decided to stay here. So I've been out here for 20 years plus now in San Diego. But my family, I'm now married to Eddie McDowell. Everybody knows him as my chocolate man. Yeah, he makes me smile. And my two children, Taylor, Hildebrand, and Tiara. And, that's... I don't know.
Well,
ask me what else you want to know.
Well, we've seen your family. We've seen your family. You have a beautiful family.
Thank
you and your husband is the black magic thing, going on. So, I mean, black love is very,
Yes.
It's very, of today, it's very, very something that is powerful, and we need to see more of that. So,
right, absolutely.
Congratulations to, you and him.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It'll be 6 years in April. That we've been married. A lot of people think that we've been married a lot longer than what we have, because it just looks like it just has always been. And I tell people, when I talk about my testimony of how me and my husband got together, I said it just felt like we had known each other forever already.
Yes.
And it felt like it was supposed to be.
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, seeing you guys, it's beautiful. So,
thank you.
We need to see more of that. So,
tell us a little bit about actually what got you into writing, because this is what it's all about today.
Oh, wow.
All about you. And
Wow.
your 10-year, journey of basically how did you even, as a little girl, did you dream of this? How did it come about?
Well, really, it's a few pieces to that. As a little girl, I can remember back making up stories and characters, and in my room by myself with all my characters, and I have this character doing that and this character doing that. So I've been pretending for a long time. I've been doing making up stories for a long time now. And as far as the love for writing, I would have to say my 10th grade teacher, Mrs. Whitman, I believe that is her name, got me into writing and creative writing, and that is when I fell in love with writing and began to write. And as a teenager, you get into things, and you turn 18, and then you turn 21, and those things you kind of forget about, and they lie dormant in your life. And I didn't write for a while. I wrote a little bit in college, and I remember a college professor, after turning in a paper, she wanted to read it to the classroom. It was a creative writing assignment, and she read it to the class, and she said, you know what, you really, really need to think about doing this professionally, because this is just great. She was just like blown away. I was so embarrassed with her reading it in front of the class, but it really got me back into writing again. And I was pregnant with my daughter Taylor at the time, and City of San Diego, I was working for them at the time.
Okay.
And they put me out at my 4th month. They put me out on medical leave. And I didn't have anything to do. So I was bored and I was at home. So I started writing a book.
Wow.
And
An actual book, like,
yeah, it started out as a book. I said, I'm gonna write a book. And started writing the book, and then I went to a Tyler Perry play. I went to the play, and I was like, wow, I was like blown away with everything on stage and everything that was going on. I was like, wow, this is great. And I was like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to do what he's doing.
Right.
So the book turned into a script. Now, mind you, I had no experience in the theater world. I had never done any acting, any scripts, or anything like that. And I made up in my mind that I was going to do it. I went down to the Lyceum Theater. I'll never forget it. And I took some money that I had saved. It was like $10,000. I had saved up, and I went down and I put my money down. I said, I want to do a play.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
So yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you,
great.
didn't know how I was gonna do it. Didn't have the people, the team, nothing. I said, I want to do a play. And they took my money. They said, okay, you want to do a play? And rented it out for a whole week. And so had it all planned, and I went and I got my team. I got my team together. I got my musician and my singers and my actors. I had my casting, and I did everything. You know, I went and did my research, and and said, okay, I think this is how it's done, and and I got everything together, and I was like, ooh, this is coming together real good.
Yeah.
So I'm in rehearsal, and we're rehearsing and everything, and it's going really well, and I felt the presence of God in my rehearsal.
Yes.
And at that moment, I knew that's what I was supposed to be doing. I said, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
So you got that answer
Yeah,
from him.
I
from
got that
within.
confirmation
Yeah.
from
Mhm.
God
Yes.
that this is what I called you to do.
Right.
And it was a great success. I mean, it's almost unheard of, somebody doing a play for the first time
Right.
at the Lyceum Theater.
Yeah.
For them to even let me in to do a play was phenomenal.
Well, money talks.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, they're always booked up.
Yeah,
and everything.
that's
They
true.
don't have that problem at the Lyceum
But
Theater
I
booking.
think, as you said, when you got that feeling about God, God opened that door
Yes,
for you.
he did. Yes, he
Yes.
did. I believe that as well. I
Yes.
believe he opened that door for me, and I've been going ever since, just nonstop. Doing plays here in San Diego, abroad, Chicago. I've been to L.A., Oakland area, and touring. I've met some wonderful people along the way. The late Tommy Ford.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, he was on the tour with me for My Sister's Keeper, one of the best tours that I've ever had. It was centered around HIV/AIDS in the
Yes.
African American community.
I saw that one.
Yeah,
I mean, I actually been following you from the beginning.
Wow.
So I've been one of your fans for quite some time, and so
Thank you. I
try
appreciate
to,
that.
I try to support you in everything that you do.
Thank you.
But my saying is that God actually puts you where He wants you to be, and so obviously this is where He wants you to be.
Yeah.
So congratulations
Well, thank
again.
you. Thank you
And
so
also,
much.
I want to ask you about these characters and the imagination. You have to have an amazing imagination to come up with different characters for different scenes. So
Yeah.
the creativity when you're how do you come up with that?
Well, it's 8 years between me and my sister, Talisa. It's 8 years, and my other siblings, 12 years, and I think almost around maybe 13 or 15 years. I can't really recall, but I was the youngest, and so I got ignored a lot. Okay, so I had to, entertain myself,
Exactly.
basically.
Yes.
My dad, he worked a lot, and my mom, we did things together, but for the most part, my sister, she was locked up in her room, you know, doing her thing as a teenager or whatever.
Right.
So I had to entertain myself. So that's what I did, and it happened to be just making up characters and stories, and I mean, really, I went in. They all had names, and I would do part 1, part 2. I mean, I had it all worked out. You know, if I didn't have time to finish the story, I'll go back the next day and I would pick up where I left off with the story, with the characters.
That's fabulous.
So all of that played a wonderful part in the God-given gifts that He has given me to share with the world. I don't take it lightly at all,
Right.
you know, the gifts that He has given me.
Yeah.
And I just have a lot of fun doing it. I love what I do.
So you didn't actually have to have formal training because you were training yourself up as you were coming up as a young child into your teenage years and things like that, developing characters and plays, act 1, act 2. So you had that formulated in your own head without even going through any formal training.
Right. And, you know, I ran across some people and met some phenomenal people along the way. Mr. David Talbert one day reached out to me via Twitter.
Wow.
And I was looking, I think my husband and I were in the car, and I got a tweet that says, I heard about this phenomenal writer, Tamara Hill. You go, sister, or something like that, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, that ain't that's not David Talbert tweeting me.
Right.
And I went to his page, and I said, that's David Talbert. I said, it is him. So I slid into that DM, and I was like, hey, you know, blah, 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 you know, thank you, you know, for the compliment. You know, I really admire your work as a playwright and a director. He's a phenomenal director. And next thing I know, I was in Los Angeles, California, at one of his plays and shadowing him, and he was mentoring me in the areas of directing.
Awesome.
And I really picked up some wonderful tips from him and fundamentals in directing. And he also invited me on the set with Universal Films. I was just like blown away. I went all the way to Atlanta. I went out there. He invited me out for that. So yeah, I was there for almost Christmas on set with all the crew, Danny Glover, Monique, and she's the bomb, by the way.
I know she is.
I know everybody dogging out Monique, but Monique is really sweet. She's a sweetheart. Gabrielle Union was there. Who else is in that movie? Well, y'all know who's in that movie. But I'm sitting there. Here he is directing, and I'm in the chair next to David Talbert.
Wow.
I'm like, Lord, okay, how did I get here?
I know. When I actually seen you there, I was just like, wow, you know, that is
I was
amazing.
like, wow, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's where I was at. So
that-
I learned so much about filmmaking and directing and how everything comes together. And I just really thank Mr. Talbert for the opportunity to be able to be a part of that journey. And I'm just grateful. And now, you know, I've embarked on the world of film and screenplay writing. Many people know that I wrote my first screenplay, which was I Never Heard My Father Speak. And that's another avenue that I just didn't expect God to do what He did. And I turned in the script to a producer and got the phone call. Really wasn't expecting, you know, for anything really to become of it. Sure. And it was like, oh yeah, you know, Sony read your script. They loved the script, and they're going to give us the green light to do it.
Wow.
So next thing I know, I'm in Los Angeles on the set, and they're filming it. And I'm just like, this is so surreal.
Wow.
You know, I'm standing here, it was like a month or so ago, and now I'm here in LA, and they're shooting the film that I wrote. How about that?
Wow,
Okay,
that's
God.
nothing
That's
but
how you
God.
be doing things?
Yeah, that's how he works.
That's how he works. So,
Yes.
you know, so a lot of people I know are looking forward to that. They was expecting it to be out last year, so was I. But that is one of the things that you have to put up with, you know, when you sell a script to somebody, you sell the script. And whatever they do with it on their back end is what they do with it.
Right.
So I'm patiently waiting for them to release the film. I was told now that it's going to be fall of 2018. I'm like, come on already.
Well,
I'm ready for people to see it.
We looking forward to it.
Listen, I don't want a film that I do come out before that one. It might happen.
happen.
Yeah,
You know, the way God works.
Timing is
Timing is everything.
everything.
We have, like you say, it's patience. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
patience is the is a virtue of everything. So.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And even though we're running out of time for
Time.
this segment, I just want to say that the way how you've discussed what's happened in your life,
Yeah.
none of that was a coincidence. And
Right.
so the fact that this gentleman tweeted you was God working
Yeah.
to make sure that you move your plan forward, his plan forward. And the only
Exactly.
way to do it is he puts people in your life
Yeah.
to move it forward. He knows you didn't have certain skills and you need to get those in order
Yeah.
to get your production
Yes.
going. And so that's why you
Absolutely.
can do what you're doing now and get so far in front of the game. So yeah.
Yeah, so we just want to say congratulations and your continued success. I know you're going
Thank
to just
you.
shoot to the moons and the stars.
Yeah. So
Thanks,
with
sis.
so with that, you've been listening to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health Radio program on KBLK Radio, and we'll be right back after this break.
What? You don't like chocolate no more? Chocolate. Chocolate mocha, smooth brown skin. Created original soul, not trying to blend. Full lips, round hips. Is it the sway in our walk? Or maybe the sass in our talk? Yeah, I know we come off a little strong, but is being passionate really wrong? What? You don't like chocolate no more? Listen, boy. You don't know what you're missing, boy.
Y'all clothes a little bit too tight, that's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna point nobody out, you know what I mean? You know, y'all didn't come out to be a part of the show, you came to see a show, you know. So I ain't gonna actually, single nobody out, you know. All I'm saying, you know what I mean? Y'all don't see him. Y'all don't see him. His pants is on him like this.
Welcome back to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health Radio program on KBLKradio.com, sponsored by Many Shades of Pink. I am your host, Wendy Sherrill, breast cancer survivor and advocate.
And I'm your co-host, Dr. Susanna Flalo. And we have the special guest, Ms. Tamara Hill, here today that we've already had a discussion with her. And she's a filmmaker and co-CEO of Tamara Hill Productions. And now we're joined with three other young ladies, co-hosts, or co-authors, for Chocolate Stories. And we have Ms. Chida Rebecca of Black Magazine. We have Ms. Shanika Curtin from CEO of Kitty Commute. And then we have the third and final, but certainly not the least, Ms. Fidelia Dawn, accomplished author. So welcome, ladies.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome,
you.
ladies.
Thank you for having
And
us.
I just want to say that you guys got that black excellent black girls rock going on here. So I just want to say that I appreciate all that you guys are doing, and especially just being black women. Period. And it's just an honor to be in your presence.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks for having
Yes.
us.
Yes.
So I think what we'll do is we'll start off with Ms. Chida, and each one of you guys can tell a little bit about yourselves and what you're actually doing within your organization or your endeavors that you're doing, working with right now.
Okay, so I am currently on the brink of releasing a Black digital lifestyle magazine called Black In, and the release date is actually April 1st, so I'm really excited about that. So these last few months and all of last year, I just spent time preparing for the magazine, and prior to that, I was co-publishing at the Voice and Viewpoint newspaper with my father. And so transitioned out of that, and it's freed up my time a little bit, so now I have more time to write with Tamara, which is great, very therapeutic. But that's pretty much where my focus is in being a full-time mom. So
That's perfect.
Yeah, welcome.
thank you.
And I am the CEO. I started a startup company called Kitty Commute, and we offer pick up and drop off transportation for kids to and from school and to extracurricular activities. And this came out of my own need because I'm working on my master's degree from San Diego State in communication, and I just needed a way to get my kids around. And so I started a company. I didn't know if it was going to work, but here we are about a year later, and it's just really taken off. So I'm excited
Wow,
about that.
that is amazing. I mean, I wish you was around when my kids were going through it.
Everyone says that. Everyone says that. Yeah.
And then how many people are working with you to get this done?
I have one co-founder. We have a small corporate team, of office team of 3, but I have about 16 drivers now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
you.
That's
Awesome.
That's awesome.
So I am a self-published author. I have published four titles, and I have the 5th one coming out this year in August. And I write romance novels, African American romance, and so I love love, and I try to have my books inspire people to fall in love, to trust love, and to expect something from love, not just to let it fall by the wayside. So I also do dabble in a little bit of independent publishing, and so I have a few clients where I've actually published their works, and I have one client whose book will be coming out in April as well. So yeah.
So tell us, if you can, share the titles of the 4.
I was going to ask that because I am.
Yes.
I love
And where
reading.
you can get them.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a Surrender to Love series, and the first is Serenity of Passion, then followed it up with What Love Feels Like, What the Heart Wants, All I Ever Wanted, and then the book in August will be It's Always Been You, and they are all available on my website, fydon.com, or on Amazon as well.
All right. I might have to go pick those up because I love to read and I love and romance novels. I hope you have those ones that I just can't put it down. Can't put it down, and I'll read it all in one day.
I have a quick question for you, Chida. What inspired you to move from writing or author with or editing the
With the
Voice of
newspaper.
Viewpoint, sorry, and then to move over to doing your own thing which is a Black magazine?
Well, the newspaper is a family business, so one thing that I've always hated were the deadlines, the weekly deadlines. And so you finish the paper, and the paper comes out on Thursday, and usually by Wednesday you're already getting ready for the next week's issue. And the news it never sleeps, so there was no break for me. It was 7/24. And then on some levels, there was an obligation to report newsy stuff that I didn't really like talking about. But I always found that I gravitated towards features and the feel-good stories about people's lives and how they overcame and accomplished things. And so, or, how-tos or where to find this information, stuff that just didn't really fit a newspaper layout. And so with the magazine, ever since I was a little girl, I would just literally pick up magazines and save them. Like, I have magazines dating back, 10 years.
Can I ask you a question? How long have you been with the family business?
My whole life.
Your whole life?
No, my parents purchased a newspaper when I was 6 years old, and so every day after school I spent at the newspaper. I learned how to answer phones, type.
Wow.
Photography, we had a dark room. I learned how to roll film in the dark room, how to use the enlargers, how to typeset, how to do paste ups. So of course, papers aren't laid out like that anymore, but I mean, I had a pretty nice resume by the time I was 20. It
pays to have a family business, huh? Well, that's beautiful.
So how did you four beautiful women meet and decide to collaborate and do this Chocolate Stories project?
How did it come about?
Wow, who's going to answer that one?
You.
Wow, that is a loaded question, actually. We have a writing team prior to Chocolate Stories. We have a writing team. We've been writing television dramas and
wow.
We've been working.
Well, I need to call up on you later.
This is a writing team.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was going to do, I think I mentioned it to you guys or something like that. And then I thought it would be a good idea for these stories to come from 4 different women's perspectives. And all of us have different writing styles and the way we look at things. So I thought that would be a good collaboration. And we were already vibing, doing what we were doing with the writing team. So I was like, why not, get together and let's do this play together. So that's how we arrived where we are now, and it was a great collab.
So my question is now, since I didn't know about this writing team, when did that
start.
I mean, how long have you guys known each other?
Right, yeah, I want to know, did you guys know each other prior to, or did you just,
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I think we've been writing almost 2 years.
Yeah, a little less than 2 years.
Year and a half.
Yeah. This is our first completed project. I'm gonna say. We haven't completed the other projects just yet, and we have some other ideas that we have, and we're going to do them, based on maybe I might have an idea, but we all write on it. Chida may have an idea, we write on it. Fidelia may have an idea for a drama, movie, or whatever, and we all write on it. But I just thought outside of what I do, because I'm a writing something, and they know I am, because I got like 8-9 scripts right now that I've written.
Wow.
And I have yet to do anything with them. Well, I can't say that, they're in the works. Let's just put it that way. And then we have the writing team as well. So I'm the type of person where I have all these ideas and all these things that I want to do, and here are all these writers right here. So why not pull together and collaborate on some awesome projects and do this thing together? And they're all wonderful ladies.
I have to say, it's beautiful to see, 4 black, beautiful sisters on stage, working together with, that unity, something that we tend not to see, today. So I just think that it's, it's beautiful. And I'm just looking for a writer. I've been looking for a writer. I mean, I have a story to tell. I mean, so I'm just saying that it's a lot.
They're about to start coming out the room right now.
I'm just saying that it's a lot. So to our audience, these are some beautiful black, sisters that are very, very talented and coming together, and I just think that it's awesome.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And when we come together, it's a fun time. There's no arguing. There's no, none of that. We just have a good time creating and throwing out ideas, and it's a great time every time that we get together. As far as your question to us is how we know each other, I have an individual story for each one of them. Chida was doing a story on me back in 2010?
I think 11.
Yeah, somewhere around in there, and came to the Voice and Viewpoint, and she interviewed me and Tommy Ford, and I remember going out the door. She said, "Miss Tamara, if you have any roles coming up, don't forget about your girl."
I was joking though. I didn't think you would take me. Actually, that happened twice because I did 2 stories.
Yeah.
And the last time I was like, nah, because
But I heard it like 3 times. I'm like, is she joking or is she serious?
I was like, well, we'll see what she does with it. I don't know. Okay. She called me on my bluff.
So I actually called her on her bluff.
Okay.
I had a story called The Soulmate Experiment, my favorite play. And I called Chida and I said, man, she'd be perfect for this part. And I just saw her in this role. So I said, hey, Chida, I'm gonna send you this script. She said, she called me back, I think it was an hour later.
Yeah.
Girl, I couldn't put it down. It was so good. I'm in. I was like, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So that's how Chida and I's relationship started. As the inception of the Soulmate Experiment. Well, a little bit before that too, but we didn't hardly really
just I would
talk.
only interview you, but then after Soulmate, we just the relationship developed. From
She said to me, she said, I didn't know how to get a hold of you. And I'm looking like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yeah, she was like, I didn't know how to get to you. And I'm just
Well,
like,
you know,
what?
so Facebook wasn't what it is right now.
now,
So
that's
I had
true.
seen her stuff pop up on Facebook,
Facebook.
but you know, it was just like, oh, the show is here or there. So I never heard of her. And I'm like, who's this chick? I want to find out more about her. So I just kept seeing the flyers, and I don't think we had a lot of mutual friends at the time. So I just kept following her, and then, you know, finally connected. I think somebody actually had to give me your contact information. I kept asking and finally got it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we stayed in touch.
Yeah, it's
from there.
sacred.
Yes. Yes. yeah.
And Shan, I met her through her mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law now. But I shouldn't say ex.
That's okay.
I know you guys still have a great
Yeah, we still
relationship.
have a great relationship.
They have a great
Still.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
She used to work for the city of San Diego, and she kept telling me, she worked in my department, she kept telling me, my daughter-in-law, oh, she's so smart. You know, she's been to your plays, and she loves what you're doing.
Yeah.
And, oh, she's so smart. You ought to just work with her, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
Wow.
I heard that all the time from different people. Oh, yeah, my nephew, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So finally, I actually called you.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, you like to write? All right, yeah, okay. I said, come to the meeting, writing, you know, I'm starting a writing team, so come on out and see what we're doing. So she came out, I said, oh, I like her. And so, you know, as time has gone on and on, we've become actually really, really good friends. That's my girl.
Yeah.
All
Right
right.
there, trustworthy, trust her with everything. She's just phenomenal. You know, just anything, you know, that I need, anything that she needs, we're there for each other. And I look forward to doing great things with Shan. She's a co-producer on my stuff as well. So,
Okay.
yeah, and Chida is co-producing with me on the Lester Berry Show for the first time. So, yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, bring in my peeps.
Well, the thing of it is
what
that
I'm
you
doing.
basically you're just you're helping the sisters
That's
out. I
it.
mean, and that's
That's
what
it.
it's about. Because
Yeah.
some people they get to where they're at and they do not try to help others that you know actually probably have helped them coming up. You know,
Right.
so I think that is really beautiful what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't really get that hand up. You know, from our community.
That's
so
true. That's so true.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what about your relationship with Miss Fidelia?
Miss Fidelia, I was trying to figure that the other day. I said, Fidelia, how did I meet you? She said, well, I think your sister introduced us at a, I said, oh, okay. And I got, my sister gave me one of her books, and I was like, well, she good. Yeah, she good. Okay, she good. You want to be on the writing team? So here we are. Four fabulous writers, individual business owners, powerful women in the community coming together to do a work.
Yes.
I mean, that
speaks
can't get no
volumes.
better.
No, it does. It speaks volumes. And how long has this writing team existed? I mean, for
A little under 2 years.
under 2 years.
It's been a secret.
That's been
underground thing.
an underground thing, huh?
Yeah.
So when you say the writing team, can you explain to our audience what is a writing team?
A team of writers that come together and collaborate, and they write wonderful things to share with the world.
So we might as well transition from that because you guys have been writing on something called Chocolate
Chocolate
Stories, and
Stories.
we want to hear all about that.
Yeah.
The journey of that, how
That's-
long you've been working on
That's
it.
why we're here.
Yeah.
For Chocolate Stories. So
Yeah, I've
wanna
been
hear
doing a
about
lot of
this.
talking. It's time for y'all to start talking now.
Miss
So
Fidelia?
yeah, who wants to start out by telling us about Chocolate Stories? I mean, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
Chocolate
Yeah.
Stories, it's an amazing project where we actually tell our stories, you know, what things that have gone on in our lives and our communities, things that don't really get discussed. We kind of sweep some of the things that have been swept under the carpet, and you know, it's time to, you know, bring them to the light. And so we've done that, and it's been an amazing experience to be able to sit around with like minds and share what you've been through and impart into your sisters and get feedback on what you've written. So it's an awesome experience.
Fabulous. What about you, Shan?
I would say it's just a provocative exploration into the Black woman. Like we go,
Wow.
we go really in.
Try to what's your addition
I
to
can't
that?
top that. One thing I really enjoy though when I come together with them is that the fact that hours can go by and, 4 or 5 hours of sitting there writing and talking and, oh yeah, we got kids, we got family.
So you guys even get about everybody.
Yeah, but it's cool because, all their personalities are just so different and we don't overpower each other. It's just, I see how we all complement each other and the different things we bring to the table as writers. So I always look forward to it. And, for me personally, it's just been kind of a saving grace because writing on this level is something I really suppressed and just thought I couldn't ever do it. I didn't know how it was going to work. People say, oh, you should do this and you should do that, but you're not really sure where in your life it's going to fit. Mm-hmm. So I'm really grateful. Number one, that Tamara is a praying woman and she listens to God.
Yeah.
He talks to her about us and then she moves forward on that. And so the biggest thing for me, this is a God-inspired group, Christ-led, Christ-focused, and just the transparency we have and the honesty, and there's no like, I said that, but is she gonna do something? There's none of that. It's so genuine.
Well, it sounds like God put the right people together at this table to make this team work. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure each one of you guys did not know that you were going to be on a writing team. You probably didn't even realize you were going to have a writing team.
I did
but
not.
That was inspired by understanding and meeting through mother-in-laws and other people how to pull this team together.
Yeah.
What an awesome set of women you guys are. I mean, just something to look up to.
It is, and I could just feel you guys have good spirit. I'm a spirit type of person. That's what I do. I mean, I feel people's spirit, and you guys all have beautiful spirits. So, we know that this production wouldn't come together if you didn't. That's why God put it together. So. This is awesome. I'm just like, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see the chocolate stories because, again, Black women, we are caretakers of others. We don't take care of ourselves, and we hold so much in. And so when we finally allow, and we can't, like you said, speaking on being vulnerable, we don't want anyone to see us being vulnerable, that's something that we kind of hide, and, and just as being sisters of women of color, beautiful Black women, we need to learn how to trust other Black women. And I think that is something that we just don't have. Yeah. And, I know I'm speaking for myself, that it's really hard to meet someone and come together and give them, your full trust. I can say that I have a sister here. This is my sister. When I met her, it just came together. God brought us together.
That's awesome.
To do His work. He gave us assignments, and we're doing those assignments. So, I say kudos to you guys.
So what is it like writing with Tamara?
Yeah.
She is hilarious.
She does this thing where she stands up and starts to kind of, oh, I see this, I see that, and then we're like, okay. We're trying to follow you, but it all comes together like in her head and she's like, this is what I was saying, this is what I was trying to do. So I like seeing that. I like to see the creative. It's just really nice to be around someone that matches your creativity, and you just find like a place where you can just express yourself. So that's what I would.
So it sounds like she's probably the visionary of the group when she gets up talking about, I see this, I see that, and then you guys start adding to that. Then you see the bigger picture when it's all said and done.
Exactly.
Even with that, her being the visionarian or the creative mind, she's still very humble. And she even asks, well, I wrote this, but I need you guys to tell me, do you like it? Does it sound good? After all that she's accomplished, she still is humble enough to say that I need, your opinion, Right. So I really enjoy that, It's like I get to say something to Tamara,
Right.
and she listens.
Oh, she does.
Yeah. So that is just beautiful.
If she values your opinion, she values your work, which is important. So the platform is such that it's an equal respect amongst all of you guys. And so you
Yeah.
guys all bring something to the table, which is beautiful, because we are. I mean, if we stay in our lanes, we complement each other. And it sounds like that's what you guys do so well, which is great.
Yeah.
And what a sisterhood that you guys have developed.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We
That's
need more
awesome.
sisterhoods.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
mean, what advice can you guys give to our audience and women out there? Because there's a lot of women out there that just feel like, they can't trust anyone. And they probably, if they just open up to someone, they could probably make mountains, turn mountains, So what advice do, you guys have for our audience on where to begin to start trusting or allowing yourself to be vulnerable to, others?
Well, I don't think you can avoid being hurt in life.
Right.
It's you can't stop that from happening.
Right.
And I always just look to Christ for my example. I mean, I know daily we all do something that just breaks his heart. It's just like, oh God, they did it again. But that doesn't stop him from loving us or being there for us. And so, I think we've all had experiences with men and women where it's just like, you know what, I'm good, I'm cool. I think, the Bible talks about if you want a friend, show yourself to be friendly.
Yes, yes.
So number one, you have to be honest with where you're at in relationships with people. And if you have been hurt, it's okay to say I was hurt, but don't let that impact something moving forward. And, it's okay to just be who you are. I think a lot of times we walk around like this, and if you get hurt, okay, I hope they got what they needed and, move on. You can't stop that from happening. But I think if you walk through life with this guard up, anticipating for something to happen, I think the sting will be that much more bad, but just be honest about where you're at in your relationships with people. And then, don't be judgmental. Tamara doesn't answer prayer on so many levels, and I feel like when you go to God, you give him your list or your issues, he'll bring people in your life based on what you need. And sometimes we think things are going to look a certain way, and they don't. I never thought I'd be writing with her. I would have been cool just having a part. Give me a boom microphone, because it's just an honor to watch her. So that wasn't nothing I set out to do, but, I'm honored, in the fact that it's turned into something. So I think just enjoying your moments with people and just going with the flow,
And anybody else have anything that you would like to, chime in that you can be useful, to our audience?
Yeah, I would say be spirit led of who you let in your circle in the first place.
Exactly.
And I'm very prayerful. I've been over the years very guarded of who I let in my circle, and it's because I've been hurt many times before. So you really need to be spirit led, especially at this time in my life. Everything I do, it matters.
Yes.
So I'm very careful about who I let in my circles. But when you let that person in your circle, be vulnerable, be open and ready to trust that person. And that's the best advice that I can give. I know that's something that we're going to be addressing in Chocolate Stories.
Okay.
It's called Sisterhood.
Good. Okay. Sister. Okay. Sister.
So we're going to be talking about that, in the play, and the way we tell it is comedic, but I think people are really going to get something from that particular scene.
So, far as you want to add,
Yes.
go ahead.
I was just going to add something about forgiveness, because I feel like that we've all experienced some type of mistrust or hurt in friendships, especially our friendships, earlier friendships with Black women. We've experienced some type of pain. And so we just have to know that forgiveness is not for them, it's for you.
Yeah.
And you have to forgive the hurt and whatever it is that they've done to you in order for you to move on. So I know that I had to go through that, and I had to recognize that I was still hurt by some of these friendships and things that have happened. And when I was able to let go of that, that's when the right people came into my life.
Right.
And that's when I was able to have like quality friendships that are like-minded, that celebrate me, I celebrate them, and that's just what it is. We have to get past that in some way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And the thing about it is that we also need to make sure that we don't hold whatever pain that someone's caused us, or we allow to happen, you know, because we give them power to hurt us, basically.
Yeah.
So once that's happened, we can't punish everyone in this
Right.
world
Yeah.
Right.
behind one situation.
Yeah.
We have to be able to and learn from it. I mean, everything happens for a reason, and you have to understand that. So when you go through a struggle or something, learn from that so you don't make the same mistake the next time, but also make sure that you have a better level of discernment. So there are signals along the way.
Yeah.
We don't
Oh,
pay
yeah.
attention to
Right.
them,
Right.
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And so start paying attention to the signals and just keep them at arm's distance. You can still, you know, love them from a distance and you can, you know, take care of them, but you don't need to have them in that inner circle, which is
Right.
sacred.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys have an
Right.
inner
It's sacred.
circle.
Yes, you do.
And so you
It's
have to make
sacred.
sure you guard it because the enemy does come in and want to
Attack it.
Yeah.
disrupt what
Yeah.
you guys have. So it's just about making sure that no one is punished. The next person you meet is probably going to bless you, but you've got this guard up because you've been hurt by someone
Right.
else.
Yes.
And that's not, you know, you can't keep carrying that on
Right.
through life. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that Chocolate Stories touches on a lot of those types of
Yes, yes,
issues,
yes.
which is great. So tell us a little bit more about it without, you know, telling the whole thing.
I know, but
Yeah.
you touched on about things that, you know, we go through in life, and like, you know, a lot of people go through, you know, different things in life, and I just want to say that a lot of people, when they go through different things, they end up having bitterness
Right.
from within, and it doesn't matter what you go through in life, you cannot allow that bitter to be embedded and
Right.
hold, you know, keep on holding from within. And if you do, you're going to be a bitter person. And I've been through a lot in my life, and I walk around with a smile, you know, and I just know that that's because it's God,
Yeah.
because he's within me, you know, and I never allowed that, my tragedies and everything that I experienced, to actually just make me bitter. So
good. That's
if
good.
Chocolate Stories have anything like that, I mean, our audience, everybody needs to come see this. So tell us more about Chocolate Stories.
Sure. Without giving too much away, it's just a collection of mini plays and monologues. The music will be out of this world that you will hear, and that's basically what it is. It's talking about Black love, sisterhood, women. It's celebrating women. And that's really about all I would like to give away.
So
Okay.
well, I'm sure the brothers are going to learn from this, right?
Yeah.
The brothers will learn from this
Absolutely.
on how to treat
Absolutely.
ladies. right?
Absolutely.
On how to
Absolutely.
treat
We
beautiful black
probably-
queens, okay?
Yeah.
Because we all queens.
Yeah, we probably will do a Chocolate Stories too, and it'll be about the brothers.
Right.
All right,
How
that'd
about
be
that?
awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in post.
We can all give some stories on that.
Yeah, but it's about us, Chocolate Stories.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
that's
yes,
what
yes.
we
About
call it.
sisters.
Yeah, it's about chocolate people.
Chocolate people, yeah.
All shapes, sizes, colors.
And can you tell our audience when it's going to release, you know, the first day?
Yes, the debut is April the 7th.
Okay.
And it will be at the Lincoln Performing Arts Theater, 4777 Imperial Avenue. The play starts at 7 o'clock. You can get tickets at TamaraHillProductions.com or TicketRiver.com. We have wonderful prices. You can be in the house for $15.
Wow, that's
You
amazing.
know, you'll be in the back.
Okay. But
in
you'll
the
be there.
house. You know what I'm saying? And then we have $25 seating, and then we have a $40 VIP experience at the chocolate bar, and a few more goodies that we have for the VIP experience. So yeah.
And tickets are on sale now.
Tickets
Right
are
now.
on sale right now
Yes.
at those two websites. And you can even call us, and you can come to the office in Mission Valley and buy tickets as well.
And it's been actually marketed on Facebook, so I'm quite sure that, you know, people can see it on Facebook as well. Yeah, or do you have a preferred Facebook page that they can go on?
You'll see it.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter?
Yeah, my social media is Tamara Writes. You can go on Instagram and Tamara Hill fan page, Tamara
Okay.
Hill Productions. Yeah.
Good.
So and any of their pages,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's all on you guys' page
yeah,
as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's good. So what message would you like people to get from this production, and why do you feel it's important in our climate today? What's the message you're trying to get to the audience?
I'll let one of you ladies answer that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, look.
So much.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's just it's just a lot that that we were trying to. We almost were like, are we giving them too much? We had those discussions, but we just want to celebrate the Black woman. There is a saying out there that the most disrespected person on the planet is the Black woman.
Yes.
And so what we wanted to do is highlight some of the issues and the reasons why we feel disrespected, but then also come out of that. So to give everyone hope. So I would say that in the end, we would want to invoke hope. We want to invoke some of those things that we're talking about, the trust issues and things like that. And just to know that we're supported, you know, and that we support them in sharing their stories. Because not all the stories are us. We did write stories of other people as well. So yeah, I think that that's what, I mean, if they have any blink of hope, I think that we've done what we set out to do.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Another question is, from working together, what is the most powerful thing that you guys feel as though you have achieved and gotten out of from working together, collaborating together?
I learned from them. I think they're all phenomenal women, and just to see how they navigate through their lives and the different things that they're doing. So, like Fidelia, I've met her before. I'm working with Tamara, and her writing is amazing. I think I got through her book in like 3 days. I was like rushed to put my kids to bed. And I'm in the bed like turning the pages, you know. So just, you know, learning about her process, and she has a beautiful marriage, you know, with her husband, and just witnessing that. And Shannon's work ethic is amazing. Oh my gosh. I told her, like, on the Apollo, the little wood thing that you rub, I told her to start rubbing her. Just on her mojo.
Okay.
And then Tamara, who never sleeps, I think her and Shannon drink the same type of coffee. Right.
I'm talking to you
right,
3 o'clock.
Just cranking out stuff. So it's an honor to witness it. And I think that's just the journalist side of me, just liking to watch people's processes, you know. So it's been a blessing for me to witness it, and to, you know, sometimes when you go through your journey in life, you feel like you're by yourself, or you got to do things on your own, but to see that other people have done it and done it well, you know, it's cool. So that's been the fun part for me.
And you guys all can answer this.
Okay. For me, it has been the sisterhood of it all. I've always been kind of isolated. I don't make friends easily or often, and so to be around Black women that have like minds, creative, and to just sit around talking and laughing and creating together, it's just been a great experience for me here.
I would say I just, when we first came together, we were all, some of us, of course, they were already kind of established, but me and Chida were kind of beginning our journeys on and, you know, our businesses and things like that. And I just feel like the growth, watching the growth from where we were then to now, I feel almost, I would be remiss to say that I feel like this union kind of sparked some of that, because, you know, we celebrate each other. Oh, we have this going on, you know, we support, we go out, oh, I have this going on. And it's just a real union. And so I feel like it's important to be around people that celebrate you and that you can celebrate as well. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that I love.
Yeah. All right. And you, Tamara?
I would have to say it's been a real joy just watching them grow in the process. It tickles me, and it brings me a lot of joy just to bring them in on what I've been doing, and to bring them in and watch them grow and have fun doing it, and watch everything coming together the way that it's been coming together, and the closeness that we're developing as well, you know, along the way, and the way we support one another is just phenomenal. And I'm just enjoying that journey the most out of everything, and I just can't wait to see what things that we come up with in the future together. And each individual as well as they start their journeys as well, because we still do our own individual things outside of the writing team, filmmaker, author, CEO of Kitty Commute and CEO of Black and Magazine. I feel that each and every one of us sitting here right now are going to do some really great things collectively and individually. And for me, it's just been a joy just to see that, and just to see 4 Black women able to come together and accomplish something without, it being drama,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the drama being the agenda.
So do you guys have any, before we wrap up the show, is there
Yes.
anything else you'd like to share with us, either about your individual projects or the collective project?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Tamara.
I have a show that's coming up that I'm producing, Lester Berry's comedy special for Netflix. I want San Diego to really come out and support this effort. He could have did this in Los Angeles, but he chose San Diego, California. And I just want San Diego to come out and support this. He is a phenomenal comedian, clean comedy, but you don't need to curse in order for it to be funny.
Funny, right.
And the guy is absolutely hilarious.
Okay, can you tell our audience where to get the tickets, where it's going to be, so they can come out and support this event?
Right, it's March 17th. And it'll be at 7 o'clock p.m. And you can also get the tickets at TamaraHillProductions.com or either TicketRiver.com as well. Tickets start from $10 to $35. Again, you could be in the house. You could be in the back. $10 tickets.
Okay.
But you're gonna be in the house. And so we're gonna have a good time. It's just it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
So I just want to encourage everybody to come out. Let's show them that San Diego does support. And hopefully you're making on film. You'll be on Netflix.
Okay.
I see other cars. Is there
Yeah, is there
anything
anything else you want?
Yeah, chocolate.
Oh, chocolate.
I mentioned before, April the 7th. And you can get tickets now at Tamara Hill Productions or TicketRiver.com. And we hope to see you there.
Any parting words for you, ladies, before we make our announcement?
No, just thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, I want to say thank you guys for being on our show. It's been amazing, and I'm going to be right there for chocolate stories.
So we have one announcement before we go off the air, and that is we have our monthly community outreach event. That's Good Health Equals Long Life. It occurs every third Wednesday of the month at Big Lots parking lot on 1655 Euclid Avenue. That's Euclid and Federal. The next event is March 21st. We're there from 10 in the morning until 6 in the evening. We have several organizations that come out and provide all kinds of services for the community, all health, wellness, whatever it is. Free mammograms, 3D mammograms, blood pressure, diabetes screening, HIV testing, hepatitis C testing. We have dental screening, food distribution, you name it, Obama phones. So we just have as many vendors out there to help serve our community. We're trying to just be there to promote good health in the community, free of charge. Everything is free, so please come out. And so we will see people there Wednesday the 21st. And so
and I just want to let everyone know that we do need the community to come out and support this monthly event. It's, without the community support, we're not going to be able to be there much longer. And, our goal is to service the underserved. So we're there for you all. So please come out and support this event.
And actually, we've been doing it for 1 year. So
Yes,
we're like
we
the
had
best
our
kept secret.
Yes, we've been last month was our 1 year anniversary doing this event. So please come on out. We're there every single month, every third Wednesday of each month. So if you do not need the services, tell your family or your friends. Okay, sis. The next part, we don't have. Tamara Hill. We already just said that. Make sure you come out and see Chocolate Stories and see these amazing, beautiful women. And you have been listening to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health radio program on KBOK Radio, sponsored by Many Shades of Pink. I'm your host, Wendy Sherrill, breast cancer survivor and advocate.
And I'm your co-host, Dr. Susanna Follow, family physician, retired. Our special guests today have been Ms. Tamara Hill, writer, CEO of Tamara Hill Productions, Ms. Chida Rebecca of the Black Magazine. We have Ms. Shanika Curitan, CEO of Kitty Commute, and we have Ms. Fidelia Dawn, accomplished author. So thank you ladies so much for coming out. It's been a pleasure having you on our show today. We will have
Thank
a
you for
follow-up
having us.
after chocolate
Yes.
Thank you so
stories
much.
so
Yes,
that
we
we can speak about it. Yes.
Okay, and be sure to tune in every Sunday at 2 p.m. For more information on breast cancer, visit the Coleman San Diego Socorro Promise website, www.colemansandiego.org.
And for a Healthier Me, a lifestyle change program, you can visit www.ahealthiermesd.com. So thank you very much and have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
All right, and cut.